Tommy Tonight, Tommy Tonight. You are watching Tommy Tonight. He's telling lots of jokes and they're really funny. Everyone's watching Tommy be funny. Because the Mets are really sucking the ball, hitting those jokes right over the wall. East side, west side. Everybody's watching the stream. The TOMMY tonight on New York Town. But it's actually in LA. Hey, what's up, everybody? Tommy Meyer here. Welcome to Tommy Tonight. You know, one of the hardest things in the world to do is admit when you're wrong. And when it comes to Donald Trump, I think a lot of us have been wrong a lot. Not about him being a terrible person, terrible president. I'm pretty confident that we're right about that. But when it comes to other stuff, like, well, for instance, when he first announced, I thought, this man is a clown. I mean, look at him. No one's going to take him seriously. Then, of course, he started to gain traction, and I thought, okay, it's a flash in the pan, 15 minutes of fame. Herman Cain style, he's going to peter out. Not going to win the nomination. Well, then he won the nomination. So I thought, it's not like he's going to be president. Well, we all know how that turned out. And now, I'm pretty confident he's not going to win re-election. And that scares the shit out of me. But I think the most painful instance of being wrong about Trump was when I thought that he would either be humbled and sobered by the immense responsibilities of the office of the presidency, or he would continue acting like a jackass and America would overwhelmingly reject him. Well, he hasn't been humbled. He hasn't been sobered. He's the only man in the world who doesn't drink and has never been sober a day in his life. And the American people haven't overwhelmingly rejected him. I'm heartened. I'm heartened by the fact that he is an historically unpopular president. He's never enjoyed an approval rating above 50%, meaning he's never had the approval of the majority of the country. But he also hasn't been outright rejected. So why? Why hasn't America rejected someone that I view as so obviously incompetent and dangerous and unfit for the presidency? Why do 43% of Americans still support him? Are 43% of Americans just stupid, racists, that aren't worth the time of day? I don't think so. That's too easy of an answer, and it takes responsibility off of us. It's a cop-out is what it is. I've been trying to grapple with this question for the last 3 years or so, and wondering how am I this out of touch with America? Am I just one of those coastal elites, some elitist that doesn't know what it's like to be a real American? And if so, why don't I have any money? Seriously, I'd be fine being an elitist if I had money, but I'm poor as shit. What kind of an elitist? I'm the worst elitist ever. Now, the answer I've come up with is, I'm not saying it's the right answer, but it's the best thing that I can think of. And to answer the question, I think I'm going to harken us back to when we were kids and a story we learned called The Boy Who Cried Wolf. Now, for those who don't remember, the story is about a shepherd boy tending to his master's sheep on the edge of the forest. He gets really bored, so he decides to play a trick on the townspeople. He cries, "Wolf, wolf, wolf," and everyone comes running to save him, but all they find is the boy doubled over in laughter. A few days pass, and he does the same thing. "Wolf, wolf," the townspeople come running. The boy is there, doubled over in laughter again. A few days later, the boy's working, and a wolf comes out, and he screams, "Wolf, wolf, wolf," but nobody comes. Because they're not going to get fooled again. As George Bush said, "Fool me once, shame. You're not going to fool me again." So, in this metaphor, Trump is actually not the wolf, believe it or not. Or not the shepherd boy, I'm sorry, believe it or not. Even though he lies all the time and he's surrounded by white people. We are actually the shepherd boy. Trump is the wolf, and the townspeople are, I don't know, Ted Danson for some reason. It's not a perfect metaphor. Just stay with me here, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, we have cried wolf. We've been crying wolf for decades. In my lifetime, every president has been called the worst president of all time. As if people just forgot about James Buchanan and whoever the hell that is. And I want to say Alec Baldwin? No, I'm being told that's Millard Fillmore. Millard Fillmore. Wow, that is uncanny. They should do a biopic, like, starring Alec Baldwin playing Millard. No, it wouldn't be interesting. Still, it's too bad. That is uncanny. Anyway, back to the point. It's not just the crazies on the fringes of politics who are saying these things. It's people in the mainstream, And not only are these people the worst presidents ever, but they're bad intention, trying to destroy America. Obama was trying to destroy America with his socialist healthcare plan, He made Glenn Beck cry, you guys. Luckily, Obamacare mandates that insurance companies cover mental health, so Glenn Beck's doing great now. Oh my God. Oh, yikes. Oh, no. Oh, looks like Colonel Sanders. Jesus, yikes. Anyway, Bush was the mastermind behind 9/11. He was a Nazi. He was all these other freaking things. Clinton was amoral and unworthy of the presidency, gonna corrupt all of our children. Of course, none of that was true. America wasn't destroyed. We're still here. We're still free. We're still very much a capitalist nation. Even after 3 years of Trump, we're still here. But what's different is that for the first time in my lifetime, at least, I believe that we have someone in the White House who could truly do some damage to our country, that could alter the country in a way that I don't know if there's any coming back from. I mean, his every instinct goes against the very basic ideas of decency and unity and the respect for the rule of law that have become pillars of our democracy and made us, as Reagan so eloquently said, the shining city upon a hill. But there's nothing that I can say about this man that hasn't been said about every other president in my lifetime. So is it any wonder nobody's listening? And I know I sound like I'm being an alarmist right now, and that's good. That's a good instinct to have. Because 99.99999% of the time when someone says something like this, they are being ridiculous. And honestly, I hope you're right. I hope I am being alarmist. I really, for once, want to be wrong. But I'm afraid that I'm not. The epiphany really came to me after the impeachment saga. It wasn't that he was acquitted. We all knew that would happen, and honestly, I don't think it was an open and shut case, to be honest. I could see people voting either way, to acquit or to remove. But it was the fact that Republicans were so effective at painting the impeachment as a partisan witch hunt, as, illegitimate. The fact that they had so many people convinced that Trump did nothing wrong. I mean, this was the first impeachment trial that didn't have any witnesses, and that was just okay. It was normal. So why? Why were they able to do it? Well, because they could just point to an outrageous statement Maxine Waters made or Adam Schiff made about Trump, and just say, look, they just hate Trump, these crazy Democrats. Because again and again and again and again, we react to Trump by stooping down to his level, by playing him on his turf. He's gonna beat you every time. He's good at one thing: being ridiculous. You're not gonna outrageous him. If I met Michael Jordan, I wouldn't challenge him to a game of basketball. I'd challenge him to pun contest. What's the hoop? What's all the hoopla? I don't know. I'm rusty. I would practice before we did this. But my point is, you don't play someone at their game. I think that the antidote to insanity is sanity. is reason. It's just a calm, cool-headed, let's show people what the alternative is, that there's a better alternative. And look, I don't know that I'm right. This is just a hypothesis, but we've been trying the other thing for 3.5 years, and to my mind, it hasn't worked. So maybe let's just try something different. And if it doesn't work, hey, I'll say I was wrong and we'll find something else to do. But when Democrats won back the House in 2018, they didn't do it by running against Trump. They did it by running on kitchen table issues that voters care about, healthcare, jobs, etc. And I really think that if Democrats actually want to defeat Trump this year, they have to take the same approach. Let him be ridiculous. You just be as not ridiculous as possible. And maybe, just maybe, America will not be a joke. Have a good night. Thanks for watching. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit subscribe to get the latest videos when they come out. When else would you get them?